The sky cracked open over Nuremberg, not with lightning or thunder, but with something far stranger. As the world slept, a celestial battlefield unfolded above the rooftops. Spheres of light, rods, crosses, and crescents danced and crashed in an eerie silence. Black spears pierced the horizon, fire rained from the sky, and when the sun finally rose, the citizens were left staring upward, horrified, confused, and convinced they had just witnessed a war, not of this earth. This isn't science fiction. This is a historical event, recorded, eyewitness, etched into wood and time. Today, we unravel the mystery of the 1561 celestial phenomenon over Nuremberg, a moment when the sky itself became a battlefield. Hey, y'all. This is Ghoul Mates, and we're your ghouls, Jeffrey Anderson.
And I'm Mallory Anderson.
So, you know what's crazy? It's like how we did the Ancestry DNA thing.
Yeah, those DNA kits.
Yeah. It's like I found out I was mostly Scottish.
Yes.
And it's really cool because I didn't realize that till after we went to Scotland.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because it's like I got to go see where my ancestry is from, and I even got to see the Anderson tartan, which is really fucking cool.
Yeah, because I remember we got to see the ancient tartan where it was dyed with berries and stuff like that, and then we got to see the modern.
Yeah,
and that was really cool.
That was really cool, and I got that scarf. That
was really cool.
That was really cool.
Remember when you got that book and then I accidentally ruined it?
Yeah, and remember how you didn't ruin it? It was because I put it in my camera bag and then it got rained on.
Oh, was it? I thought I did it.
I'm pretty sure I did it.
I just felt really bad.
Yeah, don't feel bad. We'll go back.
We totally have to go back.
Exactly. So it's whenever we did that, though, it's where we found out where you're from, right?
Yeah, you were from 6 different places and I was from 9 different places.
Yeah.
The one that shocked me was I was 1% Nigerian.
Which is funny because we've talked about that in an episode
with
the Western festival in Nigeria.
Yeah. And then I knew I was going to be mostly German. So that wasn't a shock because my mom's maiden name is Schwambeck. So I knew we always came from Schwambeck, Germany. But what's really cool about Texas that not a lot of people realize this and they get kind of shocked. And they think it's cool when I tell them is that, when people would come back over on the boats back in the day, a lot of people thought the only port was Ellis Island. No. There was also a port in Galveston. So that's why Galveston has the South Texas, there's a big German and Czech population.
Yeah.
And so my mom's side came from German side from Schwambeck, Germany. And then my dad's side came from Czechoslovakia. Again, now it's Czech Republic, but then they came from Czechoslovakia. So that's why, when you go through West Texas, you go to the Czech bakery. You know what I mean? The Czech stop.
Yeah, it's not West Texas, it's south.
Yeah, it's south. You're going to Austin.
Yeah,
from
but
Dallas.
there is a town that's west.
There is a town called West. You're so right. But yeah, there is, but I knew I was going to be mostly German. So that wasn't a shock to me.
Yeah, which is really cool since we are talking about Germany today.
It is. And I was able to go to Germany. This was 2009. Just Frankfurt. It was just kind of a layover stop. And what was really funny, I'll never forget, we went to go order glasses of water. Yeah. We were at a bar. They legit gave us a shot glass of water.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Because it's such an American thing to drink a lot of water. And so they don't. So they only have the big beer steins.
Yeah.
And we were no, we want that filled with water. But we ended up taking a shot. We were cheers.
Cheers. Here's a shot of water.
Yeah, we're clink, clink.
All right. You ready to get into this?
Oh, my God. Yeah, that intro was super interesting.
Because you've never heard of this before, right?
No, I never have.
So, oh, yeah.
And for it to be so old, usually you hear things from the 18 or 1900s.
Yeah, this is 1561.
Dang.
So, that should tell you how fucking old. Obviously it's really fucking old, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, just a little bit of backstory. Nuremberg in 1561 stood as a beacon of the Holy Roman Empire, a city of innovation, bustling trade, and turbulent religion. The Protestant Reformation was tearing through Europe, and the people's faith in signs and omens was at a fever pitch. So it's they thought anything was a sign of religion and God and everything.
Oh,
that.
yeah. That goes back to the Vikings. I don't know if it was the Vikings, but I know it was about Iceland. So a lot of people, they saw the Northern Lights and they thought God was talking to them.
Yes.
And so they ended up going all the way to Iceland.
From Norway.
Or no, Greenland. from Norway.
Yeah.
And they thought, God was talking to them and they had all these harsh conditions and they were like, why did God tell us? And it's like, no, it's just a phenomenon that happened.
It's just fucking reflections and solar
but
flares.
But at the same time, like if you like, we're thinking this in like modern time, where back in the day, they weren't probably, as understanding as we are, right?
They're like, what the fuck are those green and blue?
Yeah,
dancing?
God's speaking to me. Like he's telling me I need to go to this new land. And so it's so funny because it's like, again, we have a modern eye on it and a modern, I guess, intellect for it.
Yeah.
So we understand that phenomenons happen. We've studied it. We know science where it was all religious based.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
It does. So the way Nuremberg actually looked was it was like cobbled streets, a skyline of pointed spires, and a culture where the supernatural was a real part of life. This was a time of witches, relics, and divine punishment. So when the sky began to burn and shift, the people didn't call the constable, they called upon God.
Ooh.
In this age, broadsheets were the newspapers of the day, short reports illustrated with woodcuts and distributed among the people. Hans Glaser, a printer and woodcutter, published one such broadsheet after the event. And in doing so, he preserved a first-hand record of what may be the very first and strangest aerial sighting in human history.
Is this about aliens?
No one knows.
Oh my gosh.
It is still no one knows.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
but we're going to get into that still, though. Okay. So, according to Hans Glaser, at daybreak on the 14th of April in 1561, between 4 and 5 in the morning, a dreadful apparition appeared in the skies of Nuremberg. There appeared blood-red semicircular arcs, black and iron-colored spheres, crosses, rods, and tubes, all engaged in what looked like a celestial battle. Hundreds of objects darted and clashed in the sky, moving like soldiers across a battlefield. After about an hour of fierce aerial combat, many of the spheres and rods fell from the sky in flames, trailing smoke as if they were consumed by fire. Then came the appearance of a large black spear pointing eastward.
That's ominous, is pointing east.
Yeah, it's like, I want to know why it was pointing east. And I mean, I'm pretty sure that most other people want to know why it pointed east.
That sounds crazy, though. Could you imagine witnessing that?
It would be insane. Like, I mean, I don't even know how to describe what it would look like in my head, I mean,
yeah.
If I saw something like that, I'd be like, fucking sky.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's what do you make of that?
Yeah, no shit. So people emerged from their homes and farms to witness the chaos. Some knelt in prayer, others fled indoors. Children screamed. For many, it seemed like the end had arrived.
Yeah, it seems like the end of days.
The end of days.
Like the apocalypse.
The apocalypse is happening.
Especially if you're very religious.
Exactly, which most people were back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes place in, like where the Holy Roman Empire was and like Roman Catholicism was like running.
Yeah.
So, there's some different interpretations from it and everything like that. We're going to kind of go over that.
Okay.
So, the 1561 interpretation is the people believed they had seen a divine sign, perhaps a battle between angels and demons, perhaps a warning from God. The broadsheet ends with a plea for humanity to repent.
Oh, that's very ominous.
Yeah. So that's like how people kind of saw it in like 1561.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine they see it as a religious sign.
Yeah.
Versus like anything like, aliens or extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
Because like, that's what they would make of it typically, They would go to religion because that's what they were fed, Yeah,
exactly. So the scientific explanation for it is some modern scientists suggest this could have been a parhelion or sundog phenomenon, which is just light reflecting off ice crystals in the atmosphere. But many agree the description doesn't quite fit. Sundogs are symmetrical and still. This was chaotic, fiery, and mobile.
And it's talking about ice crystals, but what time of year was it?
It was in April, so I mean, could have been kind of cool. It's like, I feel like because of global warming and everything like that, I feel like April was probably a lot more cool back then.
I can imagine so.
So, I mean, it's possible, but I'm more in this next camp.
Okay, what's the next one?
UFO enthusiasts cite this event as one of the earliest mass sightings. The shapes, cylinders, launching spheres, black spears, organized formations sound eerily similar to modern sightings. In forums and documentaries, believers ask, if it wasn't aliens, then what was it?
I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
It was aliens.
It was totally aliens. Or was the veil thin and maybe they were seeing these ancient, maybe God beings that, like Greek mythology and everything always talked about. Like maybe it really is real. Because how do we know?
Exactly.
Nothing's ever been proven.
Nothing's been proven, but also nothing's ever not been not proven.
Exactly.
So maybe it was some kind of weird, like, ancient deity,
Yeah.
or God, and who knows?
And like, were they doing something bad then? And they, or like you said, like, where were they possibly seeing like an extraterrestrial battle happen?
Yeah. Well, it gets a little bit weirder.
Oh, okay. I'm so excited. Oh my God, it gets weirder.
Yeah, it gets weirder. So this wasn't the only event.
There was another event?
There was another event. It took place in 1566 in Basel, Switzerland. Townspeople saw black and red spheres fighting in the sky at dawn. Similar descriptions, similar chaos. Were these connected events, shared hallucinations, or the same beings returned to observe humanity again?
I don't think it's hallucinations because multiple people are seeing it. If it was one person seeing it and everybody else didn't see the same thing, then yeah, that's a hallucination. But if multiple people from multiple places are seeing the same thing, it happened.
It happened.
That so happened.
So it was almost exactly 5 years, I believe.
Oh, wow. So it was really close together.
It was really close together. But here's the thing that I just kind of thought of.
Yeah.
It's like this took place in Switzerland. Switzerland and Germany are pretty close.
Yeah.
You know how there was a spear pointing eastward?
Yeah.
Is Switzerland east of Germany?
No. So Germany is north and it's kind of like southwest-ish a little bit.
Okay. Well, that was a theory.
Oh, but it's like, why was it pointing east if it went another way?
Who knows?
And the crazy thing is that we'll never know.
We'll never know.
But at least we know it happened once. It happened again 5 years later. But who knows if it happened, 500 years before that?
Exactly.
Because like there's only so much recorded human history.
Yeah.
Like I think they were saying, I heard where it's like technically in our history that we know of, that's only 1% of the world that's ever lived, like humans. Like 1%. We only know 1% of human history, recorded history. Because back in the day, things probably weren't recorded and like things get lost over time, right?
Yeah.
So like there could be battles, there could be more, of these battles that we saw in the sky or aliens coming down or possibly,
Yeah. Who knows?
ancient gods.
Who fucking knows?
No one knows. We'll never know.
No one knows.
This is like unsolved mysteries.
This is like unsolved mysteries.
And like we would watch it together and we'd be like, oh my God, it's so interesting. And then it wouldn't be solved. And we're like, what the fuck? We wanted to know what it is.
Yeah, no shit. Why is it unsolved? But it's literally in the fucking name, Unsolved Mysteries.
Unsolved mysteries.
So, this event and others like it challenge our ability to interpret history. Did these people witness atmospheric anomalies and interpret them through religious lenses? Or did they witness something we still don't understand? Cognitive bias suggests people interpret phenomena based on belief systems, yet this description is vivid, detailed, and too much for just a passing light. Every eclipse, comet, or aurora borealis was a message, maybe a warning, maybe a curse. Which kind of goes back to how we were talking about in the beginning, like how the Vikings, saw like the Northern Lights and were like,
God's telling me to go.
God's telling me to go there.
But really, it's like, it's not a miracle. It's just a random phenomenon that happened. Yeah. It's not a miracle.
Yeah, no,
it's just a crazy coincidence.
Yeah.
And it like going back to like because we were just talking about Nope, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So like going back to Nope, it's like, these people saw this being in the sky. Sorry, spoiler alert. But people saw this being in the sky and thought like, oh, it's magical, mystical, it's telling us something. But really it was just a creature that when they went up into it, fed on them and it ate them.
Yeah.
It was just eating people. And it was just surviving.
Yeah. Just
so it's like,
its life.
Yeah. And it's like, what if there's something out there that we can't see now because of pollution or they know we can see it.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, we got too close.
Got too close. Like Icarus, we flew close to the sun.
We flew too close to the sun. Again, going back to Greek mythology.
Yep. You know what? Here in a little bit, I want to listen to that fucking Lorna Shore song where it's
Lorna Shore song.
Lorna Shore song.
Lorna Shore song.
Yeah, that Lorna Shore song that has to do with Icarus.
Yeah.
Sun Eater.
Ooh. I like that.
So there's still like a little bit of a legacy like around it. Like it's been mentioned a few times, like in modern, stuff.
Oh.
Carl Jung, who is a like very well like UFOologist and reporter and book writer.
Yeah.
He referred this event in his book Flying Saucers, a modern myth of things seen in the sky. He theorized that UFOs are projections of the collective unconscious.
That is so smart. I didn't grasp it.
Me either. Like, I don't understand it. Others see this as one of the earliest UFO battles recorded. Documentaries, podcasts, and YouTube channels all point to this event as evidence that humanity has been watched for centuries. Whether you believe this or not, the story has survived 500 years. That alone makes it worth remembering.
That is so eerie and ominous that it happened not just once, but twice in recorded human history.
Yeah, and pretty close together.
Really close together. And also really close together in the area.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, like, okay, is there something above our plane of field where there's like this big battleground, or a big area? Kind of like, going back to Scotland, like Battle of Culloden, they went there because it was such a big open area.
Yeah.
It was such a big area to fight where it's like, okay, is it above there, a big open area? Kind of like how there's, like you told me how in the sky with planes, there's almost like highways, like wind currents.
Yeah.
So it's like, and also too, like in the ocean, there's, currents in the ocean underneath within the water, So it's like, what if that was just an area where there could have been a battle?
Exactly.
That's so eerie. And especially for so many people to see it.
Yeah.
See the same thing.
Yeah. Well, are you ready to see something else?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me get it pulled up here.
I can't get over that.
I know, it's insane. So like, I was talking about the broadsheet, right?
Uh-huh.
So there's an actual scan of the broadsheet.
Where was the broadsheet in?
So like that was like their newspapers back then. So like this was
okay.
essentially the newspaper that came out the day after.
That is the craziest looking thing I've ever seen. Like it doesn't make sense. None of it.
Nope, not at all.
And then that big black like arrow.
Yeah, because remember
that's huge.
There was an arrow that was like pointing eastward.
Yeah.
So
do you think the sun is what like the fire was?
Well, I mean, they said it was like at dawn when it happened.
Oh, okay. So maybe like the sun setting.
No, like sun is like coming up.
Oh, dawn is when it's coming up. Oh my God. Stupid.
Wait. Is dawn when it? Yeah, dawn is when it's coming up. I got confused myself there just then.
We really need to stop recording so late at night.
Yeah. So what do you think? Was it a celestial illusion, a spiritual reckoning, or battle between forces we still can't comprehend? Whatever the truth is, the strange shapes that filled the skies over Nuremberg have become more than just a historical curiosity. They've taken root in our modern mythology, and maybe, just maybe, they're not done with us yet. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with the bravest person you know. You can follow us on Instagram at Ghoulmates Podcast, and let us know what mystery should we uncover next. Until next time, keep your eyes on the sky and your mind even more so. See y'all next time.